Welcome to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jess. Hey, welcome to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jess, Pants Edition.
Yes, thank goodness.
People I don't know put on their pants.
Yeah.
Nice young people. Cold at the park.
They're headed to the park.
Whatever. We're going to do our best.
Baby. Yeah, the whole family is here.
Yeah, we usually record in the morning. It's me and Jess.
Yeah.
There's a household full of people.
Yeah, normally there isn't, but yes, today there is.
Usually I am doing a show. I am not.
Yeah, because it's Friday night.
I know it's Friday night. I think what actually
losers.
I know what happened. Oh, that's so funny you said that. What happened is I wasn't sure what day I was coming back because I wasn't the one who scheduled my vacation. Yeah, because if it was up to, never mind. Let's do some news, and we'll get to that stuff.
Okay,
it's news time.
News, man.
Because I feel very uninformed, and I'm sure that after these stories,
you're gonna feel caught back up. You've been
up.
Away on vacation. You're out of touch.
It hasn't been that long.
Feels like it.
It hasn't. You know, it's crazy. We're doing this on Friday. We don't even have to. We're putting one in the bank. You know.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Yeah.
All right, news me up.
Man.
Teach me, Jess.
Episode 130. Wait.
13.
Shit.
Teach me, Zach.
I've already fucked it up.
Yeah.
Episode 113.
Let's go. You think he's going to calm it down this time?
I don't know because. Oh, yeah.
Did I challenge him again at the end of the last?
So I was thinking because I was like because the one that just aired is the one that was like. I mean, they were just
crazy.
Soft. No.
Oh, the last one was easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like the TSA going in with the turtle in his pants.
Oh, yeah. That was sweet.
Yeah, there were 3 it was really sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. He could just be, and we didn't give him a lot of time.
Nope.
We told him this afternoon we were recording tonight.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah.
Let's find out. Daily Mail. Number one. News article number
Daily
1.
Daily Mail? Like what? I'm a male every day. Daily Mail. Out the gate. Okay. Go.
Daily Mail. German police have halted a murder inquiry after a body found in the woods after a 5-hour investigation.
I know about this one.
Revealed, of course you did.
I know about this one.
Revealed it was a sex doll.
Hell yeah.
Whoopsie.
She was fine.
Yeah, I bet she was.
Yeah. Okay, so I know a little bit about this.
Okay.
Not the news story, but just the content itself.
Right, about having a sex doll.
Well, I know
and
about
losing it.
No. I've never had a sex doll.
Disappear.
No, but I do know about fifis, and you know about fifis, right?
I don't know what a fifi is.
Okay, so
don't rope me into this nastiness.
I won't. You know, like you got like fleshlights or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so fifis are like homemade fleshlights.
Oh, okay.
And they were very popular at the Job Corps I went to.
Oh.
And what they were doing.
So amongst children.
Well, you know, young 16
adults.
to 24, yeah. That was their Job Corps ages. But this is more popular because there wasn't women there. I mean, there was some.
Yeah.
But it was like 75% male. And what they were doing was they would get a rubber glove, okay, lube it up, and then roll it tightly into like a towel. And then they would lay on the towel and just go to town. That's what they would do, and they were called fifis.
A fifi, I was like a tutu, a fifi.
Yeah. And the funniest thing is, so like I was in the leadership program here, right? Because I couldn't do drugs, so I was on my best behavior.
Yeah.
And they had me. I was like the leader of the dorm, and so the staff, I'd get called into these staff meetings, and they'd be like,
"Sam, what is
all right, Sam, we got some issues. We've had a lot of like talk about fifis and people using fifis, and I just want to let you know, like, that's not allowed. And if you see or hear about anybody using a fifi, that is an infraction. And
wait, because do they live on the?
They were dorms, yeah. You're in dorms, And so they were like, yeah, if you hear about anybody using Fifi, and I was like, yeah, like I'll get right on that.
Yeah, for
like,
sure. I'll make sure to have my ear to the door.
Yeah. You in this like center where there's like, what do you like? What do you? Yeah. And sometimes they would put the towels in the dryer so they'd be warm.
Oh, that's smart.
Like a lady.
Smart.
Yeah, I've never made love to a woman like you're like a towel from the dryer.
I feel like you just warmed up.
Yeah,
That'd
I wonder if
so
anybody
nice.
got into that and they were just like, "This is better."
Maybe.
And then
And
you go to the Olive Garden and you put your towel up on the table.
Table for two, please.
More breadsticks for me, I guess.
Super salad.
Still not hungry,
Towel.
baby.
Towel.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Anyway, Fifi's.
The female body was found by a dog walker on a demolition site in the city of Rostock. Rostock? Yeah.
Read that sentence one more time.
The female body was found by a dog walker on a demolition site. Why did that get you so much?
Because it's just like, where do you dump the sex doll? At the demolition site.
Of course. That's
It's
hilarious.
like, why? I don't know. It's just, I think it's funny. It's just a good sentence. You know, think of all the sentences that have ever been said or wrote down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A large number of police, including homicide and forensic officers, as well as pathologists, were dispatched to the scene with drones and a special
Thank God they got the drones.
and
That's
a
what-
specialist 3D scanner deployed to investigate. Damn. Y'all got all kinds of fun gadgets over there.
Oh my God. It was probably a mess. Like
Yeah.
I saw some pictures
Yeah.
and she wasn't looking good.
Oh, I doubt it.
And
Yeah, I've
those-
seen lots of
I
pictures.
don't get that's what I get. These sex dolls are like expensive, like the nice ones.
Oh, wait.
Have you looked into them?
Oh, is this what that one? Because in my head, I'm thinking like a little cheapo, like
No, not like the inflatable ones. No. Jess.
I'm literally just like thinking. I'm like, it's so obvious.
No.
Was it like covered up and she had
No.
clothes on?
Oh,
Like, no.
you got to see the picture. It
Oh,
is.
it was
I mean, if
the
you
real
were walking
deal.
a dog, like it was covered in dirt, it had like
Oh
dirt
yeah,
on
those
it,
things are expensive.
and its clothes were ripped.
I looked into it.
Because here's the thing. Yeah, you didn't murder a lady. And like that's a much more serious crime. But I think if you're that mean to a sex doll, you should probably get like a misdemeanor.
Well, littering at least.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, something. That was a good joke, Jess.
Thank you. The area was cornered off, and officers photographed the evidence before taking measurements of the remains with a ruler.
Measurements of the murmur.
5 hours. 5 hours into the search, one of the investigators touched the corpse for the first time and quickly realized that it wasn't human.
Yeah.
It was actually a synthetic material.
Oh my God. Imagine being that. It's like that. You've seen Sling Blade, that movie?
Yeah.
And they bring the mower in. He's like, I can't figure it out. And he's just like, it ain't got no gas in it.
Right.
That's what I want that guy to be like. Be like, that's a sex doll.
She ain't got no.
She ain't
She
been,
got no
been
heart in
murdered. How's it going? You picked a weird time to walk through. So, yeah, not like
Be
they're
careful.
a big one.
Oh, look. So cute. Young love, I tell you.
She hated that.
She's on one. She's going to be 14.
It's hard reading stories like that and knowing that your kids are going to the park.
Well, yeah, you were talking about that Tink Tink thing, and little Joshua was right there just hearing all about it.
Hey, job's a job.
Yeah.
Better smarten up.
This female sex doll, known for its lifelike qualities, appears to have been charred before it was stuffed into a blue IKEA plastic bag.
Yeah.
Senseless.
It was probably like candle play and maybe gasoline play.
You think he just messed her up and he was like, oh, I need to get rid of her.
No, people are into that. Like they want to. I had a gal who wanted to get like candle wax on me, and then like she whispered.
I don't like it when you start talking in like a lower.
What?
You're like, and
well,
then
I'm talking about.
And I'm like, yeah, but you don't have to. You can
There's
just
a lot
say
of people that listen to the podcast that are really attracted to me.
No, they're not.
Yeah, there are some. Yep, and they're not all dudes either. Some of them are ladies. And I just want to tell the story about the lady I dated, and she was big into candles. From Yankee Candle.
Expensive candles.
Yankee Candle Cooperative. What's it called?
It's called Yankee Candle.
It's called Yankee Candle.
It is Yankee.
Yeah, and she would pour the wax all over my body, even my dick.
Ew.
I made all that up. I never did any of
And
that
you like
shit.
purposely said that word for like just to.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Investigators believe parts of the doll's body were burned and disposed of in a public place on purpose.
Yeah. See, that's where it gets. This is what I'm talking about. So this is like it's like one of those things when the serial killers like kill like animals and stuff first.
You think they're starting with a sex doll first, and they're like, "This is what I'm going to do," and then next week it will be real.
Yeah, but maybe not though. Too. It also might be nice. Like, I mean, okay, I'm not trying to gross you out or whatever, but like, I'm not into like BDSM and things like that. But I have a lot of friends of mine that are. And a lot of that stuff plays with ideas of like violence and like, and I don't know if everybody's like in, then it's not bad. And that's the thing is it like,
right.
Maybe it's good. Maybe it's bad.
Well, I think getting
burning
a sex
doll
is like the best thing that you can do.
Yeah.
Even if you burn it. Fucking burn it up.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Just don't burn up a real person.
Yeah, there you go. But it could also be a thing where they're like, I gotta know what this feels like. Next time I'll do a real lady. You know what I mean?
That's an expensive way to learn.
Yeah, it's way cheaper if you just burn a real lady.
Yeah, just get to
That's
it.
what just said.
Are you kidding? Those sex dolls are expensive.
Oh, I know. The nice ones are crazy. I think they're getting cheaper though.
Ones.
Yeah, you get those ones on Temu.
Ones where the mouth just stays open.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah, it just depends on what you need it for.
You know what I don't want is one of those ones that's like the chatterbox teeth. Like bouncing across the table. You don't want that.
Wind it up.
Yeah, it reminds me of high school. Teeth got no place in this.
Let's see.
Give me a blowjob at Ozfest. I'll show you.
Did you go to Ozfest?
I did. I don't remember it.
Oh, me and Rappy went to Ozfest every year.
Sick. Yeah, I went to Ozfest 2001.
It was great.
Yep.
Yeah, we probably did too.
I didn't remember. I was actually thinking about this today because Black Sabbath was at Ozfest 2001. You know, they got back together and I was so excited.
And we were there.
And I was blacked out drunk and I forgot that I was there, but I did wake up and I had pockets full of black feathers. And I was like, I must have saw them.
That's funny. Robbie was too drunk they didn't want to let him in the concert. So then he like went to and like they were like, you can't come in. And then he just like went to a different security guard and they let him in.
I'm too drunk for you to let me in.
He was like, okay. And then just went down the line and across.
That's so funny. My friend got arrested coming into Ozfest because he had a bunch of weed on him. Oh. It was bullshit. Because it was at the Gorge, which is beautiful, though, by the way. Have you ever been to a show there?
Perfect place to smoke marijuana.
Oh, yeah. It ruled. Yeah.
I remember the first time, too. And when you come up over that hill and you're like, oh.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So pretty. A funeral director hired to transport the body to the morgue was told their services were no longer needed as police took the sex doll with them to dispose of it. Sure.
He's like,
guys, hold on to this.
I'll take care of this one.
Yeah. Okay, that wasn't too bad.
I'll just put her in my personal car. Like they're in Germany. They're like, I'll put him in my Volkswagen. I think you like stories like this because you have a Volkswagen, and I know you love that car.
I do.
I know.
Like a man loves his sex doll. I really do.
When a man loves a sex doll, He might burn it a little bit. Leave it in a park to make it look like a murder scene.
Yeah.
When a cop supposed to put a sex doll in the evidence room, then he brings it to his flat, and then he treats it right.
Oh.
That's a nice deal with that cop, man. Maybe he'll finally give. Maybe that sex doll will finally.
Well, yeah, he might take her. He might be an EMT also, and stitch her up and get her back.
Maybe she can have maybe she can have an orgasm for once.
Yeah,
that's when you know you're really good at sex.
As if a sex doll an orgasm.
Shaking. I'm like, I didn't know it could do that.
Like
this is a dirty episode. This is fun. We're having fun.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Dusty.
Yeah, that was a good one. Thanks, Zach.
Yeah, that was great. Story number 2, CBS News.
I thought you said CPS News, and I was like, it's going to be one of these. Could you imagine the CPS News?
It'd be sad.
It would be sad.
Probably.
I hope it's not a kid getting hurt. Jesus, hit me.
It's not even bad. It's not even that bad. An Arizona man is suing a body donation company for selling his mother's body to the military for blast testing.
That can't be true. Is this in America? Where is this?
Yeah. Arizona.
No way.
That's what it says.
They don't use that
What do you mean?
Wait, this is CBS News?
Yeah. Who are you calling a liar?
Who do they do? They do that?
Apparently. Yeah.
No, keep reading. There's something stinks.
How could he sue them if it's not true?
I don't know, Jess. Keep reading the damn story and let's figure it out.
All right. Jim Stuffer believed his mother's body would be used for medical research. Instead, it was used to test bomb impacts. Damn. I mean, that's rough. I mean, she probably only tests one time.
Yeah.
More than 5 years ago.
They really do this?
Jim's mother, Doris, died in hospice care after suffering from Alzheimer's. Jim donated his body to the Biological Research Center, hoping it could be used for Alzheimer research. Years later, a reporter
I bet you'll remember this.
Contacted with some like it really blew up. Yeah. A reporter contacted Jim with the shocking news. In 2016, goodbye, you guys.
Bye, guys.
Have a good day. Found that more than 20 dead bodies donated to the Arizona broker were actually used in the U.S. Army blast experiments. This was without the consent of the deceased or next of kin, and for some, it was done against families' objections.
This is real.
I can't imagine that he.
Why do they have to use real bodies?
Well,
like they have that thing. I watch MythBusters all the time. They have like that ballistics gel, and you can put like a skeleton in it. But you blow up real people.
They're not real people.
Like, and guess. I mean, they were.
I mean, at least it's the government.
Yeah, only the government would be able to do this. I just don't. The only thing I can figure out is that they do it like they're practicing. I guess if you say that, like, you want to see what the wounds could be, so then you could figure out ways to like fix people.
Maybe
they get blown up.
Maybe it was a training exercise. One time I simulated at this factory that the factory blew up, and like you had to pretend that you were dead or something. You had to pretend like you had all these like cuts and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then the EMTs and the fire department showed up, and it was like It was like. Did they also
get a dead body and like throw it into like a grinder and be like?
Not that I remember. And I do feel like I would remember that.
Yeah. I don't remember. They're like, let's kick this simulation up a notch.
Yeah.
Remember Deborah? She couldn't remember anything.
We were all middle schoolers.
Yeah. God.
Terrible.
I don't know.
I guess maybe for just to see how far.
Yeah, I get it.
Shit explodes.
I get why the military would like to do this, and I get that they could do this, but I don't think they should do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But also, there's lots of dead people, and but I get that dude being upset.
Some families did not learn about these experiments from the Army, but rather a reporter. Such was the case for Jim, who has since been joined by 32 other people in suing BRC.
BRC, what's the biomedical research company that is contracting with the military?
Yeah.
Are they developing new weapons?
Let's see. Jim learned from the reporter that his mother's body was used in an Army experiment measuring the damage caused by roadside bombs. Doing this without permission of donors or relatives is a violation of U.S. Army policy. Whoopsie.
What the hell, man?
BRC sold donated bodies like Doris. That's fucked up.
Are they in like a Humvee? And it's like they weekend Bernie's them up in this Humvee, and then they drive it over the
maybe
the improvised explosive
we gotta
device.
ask Joshua. How much do you think Doris went for?
Josh wasn't in on this, was he?
To the U.S. government.
Doris?
Yeah.
She donated her body.
I know, but how much? But yeah.
How do I think she did in the blast?
BRC sold it to the Army. Guess how much for?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So
There's
she
a
was
number
donated,
here.
but they sold her, which is fucked up, for $5,893.
That seems about right. That just seems like
body?
the right price. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like you got to pay a little bit more for that.
Not for that one, though.
Why? You think she maybe too old or something?
Yeah. If the military, you'd have to get a strapping 18-year-old who's really good at pull-ups.
BRC is no longer in business.
Oh, man.
But over a decade, they were able to sell more than 20,000 parts from about 5,000 human bodies.
This is a legit, what do you call those grave robbers?
Yeah.
Ghouls. These are ghouls. That's what they were called, I believe, is ghouls. Grave robbers. It's like the lowest of the low.
Oh, okay. I was like, what do you
because
mean?
Back in the day, back in the day, it was a legit hustle that they would dig up bodies and sell them to colleges because it was illegal. There was weird laws. And this is literally a company. This is Ghoul Incorporated. I think that's what they were called, was ghouls. Oof.
Let's see. This is just one part of the multi-part investigation series called The Body Trade.
Damn.
Yeah. When a body is donated, few states provided rules governing dismemberment or use or offer any rights to donors' next of kin. The reporter explains in part 1 of this series published in 2017, bodies and parts can be bought, sold, and leased again and again. As a result, it can be difficult to track what becomes of the bodies of some of the donors, let alone ensure that they are handled with dignity. Now, Jim is one of the many suing BRC and its owner, Stephen Gore, who pleaded guilty to...
What's his name?
Stephen Gore.
Stephen Gore. Oh, God, I hope he has a quote. Please.
Who pleaded guilty to illegal control of an enterprise. Damn.
Oh, my God. Please, does he say anything?
He was sentenced to 1 year.
Oh, man, that's 8 months with good time.
Of deferred jail time.
Oh, my God, he didn't go to jail?
And 4 years probation.
Oh, my God.
The civil suit filed this week revealed disturbing details about a 2014 FBI raid at the facility.
Oh, my God.
During the BRC raid, which was part of the multi-state investigation.
The FBI raided and found all the bodies before he could sell them to the Army.
Yeah, they found them. Not only that, they found them in buckets.
The bodies in buckets?
Yeah. During the BRC raid, which was part of a
How's that?
multi-state investigation.
Not like a Home Depot bucket. It can't be like a 5-gallon like everyday bucket.
To this.
Oh my God.
Which was a multi-state investigation. The FBI.
Multi-bucket.
The FBI found buckets of body parts and the bodies of different people sewn together at the facility.
Oh my God.
One FBI.
What the hell? Dude, there's no way.
One FBI agent testified. I'm just thinking about like Toy Story and like all those toys that are like.
You know what would be nice though? Is if it was like a husband and wife and they sewed their hands together, like holding hands.
That would be very sweet. Mm-hmm. Oh, like they had. I thought.
Or if they were madly in love and you could like.
Put the two hands together.
Or.
You know.
Having sex.
Oh my. One FBI agent testified that he found a cooler filled with with male genitalia.
Oh, yeah.
A bucket of hands.
Okay. That's okay, though. The cooler of dicks.
See, that's just funny.
Yeah, that's a dick cooler.
I mean, that's just...
I get it.
Like, it's a joke.
Yeah, that's more like... Yeah.
And then you, like, whenever a new person comes in and starts working at BRC, you just go, hey, will you go grab me something out of that cooler?
Hey, you mind grabbing me a beer real quick? And then they open it up.
It's just dicks.
Like, oh, sorry, man, I forgot. I should have said grab one out of that cooler.
And then that cooler is filled with heads, arms, and legs.
Yeah, that's the dick glue. You see that? That was good. Sort of. Maybe not. I don't know. Up to this point, this story's been terrible, but the dick cooler, that got me thinking that there could be
heads.
Joy. Infected?
Infected?
With what?
Who probably...
Oh, my God.
Who the fuck knows? And a small woman's head sewn onto the large torso, like Frankenstein, hanging up on the wall.
Oh... So he's just like, this guy's not even, this isn't like a business. This is like, he only did a year?
Yeah.
He didn't do a year. He got deferred.
Yeah, he didn't.
Oh my God. And the army was buying bodies from this dude. Yeah. And he had a cooler of dicks and he put like a little lady head on a big dude body. And then he hung it on the wall. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is bad.
Must have been bisexual.
What? What's bisexual?
That guy.
The guy who did all this?
Woman head, male body. Who's confused?
Aren't you bisexual?
I didn't say there was anything wrong with it. I was just saying, like, it's obvious.
Do all bisexuals do that?
I don't think so. Jim's, how are you going to tell me to turn my fucking phone off?
I did turn my phone off.
Didn't turn yours.
Well, I turned off the ringer. It's still going to vibrate.
Jim spoke to an ABC affiliate about the suit. I don't see a pathway of ever getting past this, he said. Every time there's a memory, every time there's a photograph you look at, there's this ugly thing that happened just right there staring right back at you. Stephen Gore didn't care about the families. He didn't care about the people. He didn't care about the memories. If I can be...
Well, he was making his own memories.
For like 4 fucking years of probation.
That's crazy. You know what you could do with the dick cooler though? Is on the 4th of July. You could make like a party popper.
You could. I think you could hollow them out.
The dicks?
Yeah. And then use them as drink cozies. Just put your drink in.
What kind of dicks were you? No. Maybe
well,
for like a shot.
Stretch.
Maybe for
you
a shot.
Stretch it out.
You could maybe use the scrotum for a drink cooler.
If I can be a small part of his personal financial destruction, I don't care.
Oh, man. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. That's the worst. That might be.
And you know.
There's layers.
How did we not hear about this?
I know. And the army was buying bodies. I don't know.
He's just out here buying bodies?
Oh, man. CBS?
Apparently.
That's real.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's weird because it's so messed up, but it's like I'm fascinated too.
I wonder I bet, oh man, just what the inside of that factory looked like, or like what
it smelled like.
Oh,
because I bet they have like a lot of like, it's probably like a chemically smell, but also like a dead smell. You know what I'm talking about?
Like a dead. I've never smelled a dead body.
Like
it's what is that? Ranch?
Horror.
Oh,
horror. Yeah.
Horror.
Horrors.
No. Horse. It's a very slutty smell.
Yeah.
Yikes! That
Watching
was
your cat.
That was rough. What?
Really getting in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's nothing. News number 3. Oh man.
Where do we go from here?
NBC News Japan.
Uh-oh.
A Japanese man born to wealthy parents has been awarded about $371,000 in damages after accidentally being switched with another baby and spending decades living in poverty.
Oh, that sucks. That's what happened to me.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened to me.
Yeah, you grew up way more poor than I did.
Yeah.
We actually had enough money.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we did that grief show, and you really kind of went there.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you've gone there in the podcast.
Anyway, I wish I'd been switched at birth. I looked like both of those. Fuckers.
Okay, so he got switched at birth. So he was born into poverty to rich parents, and they've been raising this poor kid No.
The people that he went home with were poor, and he lived his.
He's supposed to be rich,
and he was.
But where did the kids got switched? So if there's
Somebody
poor parents
some money
that ruin that rich kid's life, then there's some rich parents that really made a move.
Can you imagine having?
And now they're all going to be kind of rich, I think.
No, they're gonna kick that other one out.
No, you can't do that. Once you're. Yeah, no, they won't. They'll be cool about it.
Hello, it's Japan.
Dude, rich people are known for being really cool about it.
Yeah. They're really like lackadaisical about their money.
Yeah, I like that because like if they're not cool, then why would all those senators listen to them?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think chainsaws are cool.
Yeah, me too, man. Whoa.
It was almost 60 years before a DNA test revealed the life-changing mistake by a hospital worker who had bathed the newborns and returned them to the wrong mothers.
Oh, man. It was one of those big baby tubs.
Oh.
You get them all mixed up. It's like bobbing for apples.
Easily done.
I get it. Done. It's like that cup game.
Yeah, it's like tubs. Which one?
Because you got like a towel on them, and then they were swirling around in the currents, and then you're like...
The men spent...
And also like, with the shower, so the poor baby probably got all the dust and dust off of it.
Oh, I thought you meant in like its lungs.
No.
Living in poverty.
Yeah, the poor baby got all the dust off of it. And then they came out and he was like, they all look the same.
Can you imagine if you were the rich baby that was living in poverty? I'm like, I just don't belong here.
Yeah.
But like really...
Oh, that's got to be hard.
But really you didn't?
Yeah. You just know. You're just like...
I'm different.
Yeah, I get it.
The men spent decades living each other's lives. One man living off of welfare checks before working as a truck driver, and the other enjoying a private education and now running his own real estate business.
Let's go.
I feel regret and also anger.
Wait a second, though. Okay. Stop. This doesn't make any sense. If this really was... a poor baby raised by rich parents.
Yeah.
Then how are they successful? Because I've always thought that rich people are successful because they're better. Shouldn't.
You feel better that you got that out.
What? Yeah. Dude, that was hard to say.
I was like, what are you doing?
I was doing a bit. Doing a little bitty bit.
A little bit.
Trying to funk up this deal.
I feel regret and also anger. the poverty-stricken man who has withheld his identity, told a press conference on Wednesday, I want them to turn back the clock.
Wait, okay.
That is understandable.
So this was the dude who's like a trucker, and they asked him like, how do you feel about this? And he's like, I'm bummed.
I'm fucking bad, which I would be too. I'd be like, I'm a little bit pissed off.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be pissed off. Yeah.
While being filmed from the neck down to protect his requested anonymity, the 60-year-old said,
God, he's 60.
Yeah, like his whole fucking life.
I hope the the baby who was like, the poor baby was raised by rich parents, and they're like, did you know that you were actually, and they're like, are you sure?
I would just
double check.
Be like,
because doing pretty good at the little real estate deal here. What do you think I'm going to go out there? What do I got to drive a truck? Do they have to switch jobs?
I think so. They have to switch places. I heard that I was being sought after because of a mix-up.
I know what that is.
When I heard that, my initial thought was, is such a thing possible? I didn't think it was possible that a hospital could make such a mistake.
Some hospitals, they glue your head to other bodies.
Yeah, the Tokyo hospital was on Tuesday ordered by a court to pay the man 38 million yen, or $371,233 in damages, significantly less than the 250 million yen to 2.5 million that he had been seeking. Instead of the life of affluence for which he was destined, the man lived off welfare checks and grew in a small apartment which had no electric appliances.
Does the other person have to give money back?
I think, yeah, you have to. You got to repent.
Man.
No, I don't know. His given mother raised him and two siblings after their father died when he was 2. Just gets worse. You know that life.
Yeah.
The other baby.
Yeah.
The other baby.
Because my dad died when I was a kid.
Yeah. The other baby grew up as the eldest of 4 siblings in a well-off family. He received private tutoring and went to university. The error was uncovered in 2009 after the wealthy family realized one of the 4 brothers did not share the likeness and requested a DNA test.
I feel like that's what sets this country apart, is that we're kind of asked to pretend like it ain't like this. Like every once in a while, like somebody's poor and then they become rich, and then we're like, see? And then most of the time it's just like, nah, like rich people stay rich and poor people stay poor. And like you just kind of stay in your like place, you know?
Yeah.
But like other countries, I feel they're like way more honest about it. They're like, yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah. Like in India, they have like the caste system. And like we have like a caste system here, essentially, you know? Like,
yeah.
It's just wild. Not a fan.
After they found out they were not related, they searched hospital records and eventually found their true brother in 2011. The man who grew up in poverty never knew his real parents. When I found out about my true parents, I wish I was brought up by them. No shit. That's the truth. When I was handed the photograph of my real parents, it made me want to see them. Every time I see their photograph for several months, I tear up.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah. According to Britain's Telegraph newspaper, the judge told the court that it was impossible to assess the scale of pain and disappointment both the parents and the man had to suffer, as they were deprived of opportunities to enjoy their parent-child relationship forever.
No.
The impoverished man now goes out to drinks with his real brother once a month while taking care of his elderly brother with whom he grew up.
So here's the thing, is that to me, there's no more or less pain in the world, and except after they found out. You know?
What do you mean?
That if you're raised by the wrong parents and you were going to grow up in a poor family and then you wind up growing in a rich family, like your level of joy will be more, you know, like you'll have a better life than you would if you were in the poor family. But the thing is like, what I'm saying is that like, until they found out, which obviously fucked them up, they were the same. Like there's no more or less joy in the world if you switch babies at birth. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
well, unless they find out later on in life.
Yeah. But you get what I'm saying? Like when you would find out.
You know no different.
And they would have known no different if it would have just kept going on.
Right.
And yeah, I think if anything, that story tells us that rich people are like better.
Yeah.
And
well, because they can,
nicer and better looking.
Because they can afford DNA test.
Yeah. God, that's so funny.
The rest of us just have to kind of assume.
I've heard that you can actually go online and erase your 23andMe stuff.
Really?
Yeah. They passed a law or whatever that you can't keep it on file because there's like all kinds of shit that people find out, you know.
Tell me. I hope they find out stuff.
Yeah. You should. Have you done a 23andMe? Mm-hmm. Yeah. What happened?
I'm from West Virginia. We went from like Ireland or whatever. Yeah. There to West Virginia.
Is your family tree, does it look like an hourglass?
The next one is me moving from West Virginia to Washington.
Building a better life for yourself. Mm-hmm. With me, I'm trying to help with that.
Yep.
We're going to get rich together, Jess.
I hope so.
Maybe.
We're trying.
I sent you money today.
Speaking of getting rich, you sent it yesterday.
Wait, did I?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was coming back from, I remember that.
Coming back from...
No. It was good. It was good. It was really good. I went on a vacation to Disneyland with my family. It'd be weird if I went with somebody else's family.
I mean, technically, other families were there.
There were. Oh, I went to Disneyland with a lot of other families. There was a lot of families there because it was fucking spring break. And the place was packed. Mm-hmm. And I believe that I am just kind of neutral to it.
No, you hate it.
No, I was okay.
That's good.
Yeah, it was okay. The day at Disneyland was hard. So we did 2 days at California Adventure. Mm-hmm. So the first and the third day were at and the Disneyland day was rough for me just because it is packed. Yeah. Packed. I cannot get over. And the thing was so we were like at the hotel. So you get in like 30 minutes early. Yeah. And even that, like I was like, man, there's a lot of people here. And oh my God. Mm. By the time, so we just get in and we just go right to Space Mountain, you know?
Oh,
and,
no.
Yeah, and it was it wasn't much of a line because we didn't get there as soon as we should have, but whatever. But we were only in line for probably like 20 minutes. I'm too big that's the only ride I couldn't get on the whole time we were there, the Space Mountain.
Yeah, of course it's the first thing that you want to get on.
But it's okay. I dealt with it. I was like, okay, whatever. Like I tried. I knew, and I was able to get on all the rides the day before. I got to do cars and all this stuff. But yeah, it was just it's like just a sea of people moving in different directions, and it's absolute, visually it's kind of like stunning to me. Like I was enjoying like watching people and I got recognized a few times. That was kind of cool.
Nice.
So yeah, I did it and I did well. And a thing about it too, so if listeners are unaware, I went to Disney World 2 years ago and didn't do so hot.
Didn't go well.
Yeah, didn't do so hot. Yeah.
I mean, had a little fitty fit.
Had a little fitty fit on a bus where I think Brittany said to me something. She's like, how can you be so angry? Like, you're at Disney World. And I think my exact words were, fuck Disney World, like on a crowded bus.
Yay.
There's a couple moments where I found myself like getting like agitated and like a little short with the kids, but we did good. My mom did good. Brittany did good. The kid did good. It was good. It was okay. It wasn't terrible.
Good.
It wasn't terrible. Very yeah, it was fine, whatever, yeah.
I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. And I did a show in LA on Wednesday and it went really, really well. And I got 30 people, which was actually like 40 people.
Oh yeah.
And that was just my draw, which is, it's hard to get people to come to shows in LA, because there's so much stuff going on. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah.
We'll talk about why.
I'll talk about the show because it goes into this other stuff. So yeah. What do you got going on?
Nothing.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I was like, what are you talking about? That's awesome. I'm glad you guys had fun. The pictures look like you had a good time.
Yeah, it was good.
I was supposed to be announcing.
Yeah.
So for Darcy Lynn at TCC last weekend.
And she does like puppets, right?
Yes. Yeah. She is from America's Got Talent. She started when she was like 13.
Jesus.
And so.
If you don't got talent by then, you better figure it out.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah. America's Got staying power.
she won America's Got Talent.
Oh, dang. Never mind. I should stop talking.
But so the first thing when they asked me to announce, I was like, I sent them a message and I'm like, announcing, like, what does that mean? And they were like, you're literally just announcing. You're not doing any material. You're not doing any time. Like, and I'm like, okay, cool. Great. Love it. Day of show comes. I go to 6th Ave. The show's not on 6th Ave. It's at the big club.
Oh, wow.
Like, I go in 6th Ave and I'm like, hey, I'm hosting. And they're like, you are? And they're like, the front desk girl she's like, I'm so silly. I just can never keep up. And I'm like, no, it's fine. And I go into the girl was like, one of the other girls was like, well, the green room's kind of packed. And I was like, yeah, it's fine. And I go into the green room and there's just like 2 girls standing there just like completely naked. I'm like, this is I'm at the wrong show.
What was the naked thing at the other TCC?
They were having a drag show.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
And so I am freaking out.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I'm like, I have just enough time to get from one club to the other. And Tommy, the manager's texting me and he's like, hey, hon, are you on your way? Like, oh my God.
Man.
I get to TCC and the security guard was like, hey, Darcy Lynn's dad wants to talk to you.
Whoa.
And I was like, okay. I was like, about what? And I'm like assuming like about what I'm announcing. And he was like, oh, about your set. And I'm like, and so keep in mind, this is an all ages show. Yeah. Like the owner's children are present. Like you were either 8 or 80 at this show. And so I'm like, I looked at the security guard and I was like, I'm not doing time. Like, and
just announcing.
Yeah. And he was like, I don't know. He wants to talk to you. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So Tommy comes and finds me and he walks me over to.
By the way, real quick, if people don't understand, when you host a comedy show, generally you do 5 or 10 minutes of comedy up top. But Jess was asked to announce, not to host. Anyway, just to clear that up.
Well, so I go in and the first thing, Dad's standing there at the.
Also, just to clear up, Jess works clean sometimes, but she's got a lot to learn. Keep going.
Yeah, no, I'm not clean.
You're not. You're not.
I'm not for 8-year-olds.
Yeah, she's not.
And
like I can change my jokes and do different jokes. Jess can pray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can help.
All right, I'm done interrupting.
Well, so Tommy takes me over to meet Dad. Dad's like, yeah, we just want to go over your material real quick.
Oh, Jesus. How much time are you supposed to do?
He said 15 to 20 minutes.
What the fuck? And you're hosting?
Yeah. 15 to 20 minutes.
Up top, clean, after they told you that you were just announcing?
For children.
What the hell?
So I'm like, I'm already freaking out because I'm late. I'm like,
oh, Jesus.
So they escort me out. I was like, oh, no. You don't want me. I was like, you don't want me to do material. Like, I was like, I open with my name's Jess. I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And they both like jumped back.
Yeah.
They were like, oh.
Yeah.
And they were like, and I'm sure that's very funny for your audience. Yeah. And I'm like, I was like, so I was told I was announcing. I was like, so I'm going to I will announce you. I was like, but I'm not going to ruin your show today.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay. And then they let me out of the green room. And I went and I found anyone who would listen, like the manager, Larry. I was like, I was told I was announcing. I specifically asked.
Yeah,
they want me
you
to talked
about it on the podcast.
Yeah. And So he was like, go find Tommy. So I went and found Tommy, and I told Tommy, and I said, Tommy, I can't do 15 to 20 minutes clean. He's like, yes, you can, baby. You got this. And I'm like, no, Tommy, I can't. And he's like, just do what you did on your dry bar special.
What?
Tommy!
Did they get you mixed up with like another comic?
No fucking idea. And I'm like, Tommy, I don't have a dry bar special. And he's like, what? He's like, you don't have a dry bar special? And I'm like, no, I don't have a fucking dry bar special. Like, and he's like, you can do 10 minutes. And then I was like, okay, okay, sure. We'll fucking, and then I was just like, this is going to be one of those things where we just fucking find out. We're just going to see. And so I'm sitting over there and I'm going over my notes and I'm like trying to think. And of course I didn't bring my notebook because.
Why didn't you tell me about this? This is an amazing story.
Because you were gone.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I didn't have my notebook because I wasn't planning on.
Don't need it.
Yeah. And so I'm sitting over there and of course I'm so freaked out that I can't think of a single thing that I even could. And I'm like, okay, well, can't do that because that's about being an alcoholic. Can't do that because that's about my uncle molesting me. I can't do that because that's about being divorced.
I mean, kids, at least they can relate to.
They would understand
molestation stuff.
It is their demo.
Jesus.
But luckily, finally, the owner came over and was like, "I have 5 to 10 minutes. Do you want me to do it?" And he was like, "I have kid stuff."
Yeah.
And he was like, he said, "I wouldn't have booked you for this show." And I was.
Yeah, no shit. They booked you as an announcer.
Yeah,
Who fucked
and that's
up?
what I said.
Who fucked up?
Booking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, "I know they made a mistake." And I
Yeah.
was like, okay. And when he said that he wouldn't have booked me, I was like, okay, that actually makes me feel better.
Shit.
But so I got bumped. I got bumped for the better good of the show.
My God.
But
well, I mean, at least what you lost was you saying people's names.
yeah,
You didn't really get bumped from a comedy gig. You got bumped from an announcing gig. But
no,
it
I got my
sucks that
ass
you had to be
saved,
like
is what happened.
terrified for a while. God, that's crazy.
So I learned a lot, which was I am not clean. You can work on that stuff. Yeah, no, I can, and it's totally like it's just adjustments that I need to make. But like when I was like, could I, like, if I was put in front of another room of 8-year-olds, could I perform? No.
I did 30 minutes clean on Saturday in front of the Queen cover band. It went really well.
Yeah.
I really loved it. It was fun. Yeah.
Well, that's fucking great for you, Sam. You've been doing it,
Yeah, I know.
5 years longer than me.
I know. Longer than that, actually.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing comedy?
It'll be 4 years this year.
Yeah. I've been doing it over
9
6
or 10.
years. Longer than you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It'll be 11 years in June.
I thought it was 9 or 10. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, you're alive.
Yeah, I
And
survived.
you're stronger.
I loved it because
I think you
I
should
still
have
got
done it.
paid.
Yeah.
No, she was so sweet, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I felt really, really bad. But it just, So I was like, okay, I need to, I have stuff I need to work on.
You're not happy about your April.
I have a slow April. I have a lot of like family stuff,
That's good.
but I don't have a lot of gigs this month.
Okay. Maybe I can find some stuff. Maybe we could do some stuff. I don't know.
We have stuff coming up. I'm featuring for Lynette.
Oh, that's sick. I talked to her today.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people I can talk to about what's going on outside of you and non-comedy people.
We hung out on Sunday.
Oh, you and Lynette?
Well, we did it was called Mike Madness at TCC, which was a competition. It was like a bracket style competition where you have 30 seconds each and you have to do like your best 30 seconds in like head to head. And I thought that it was like you did your best 30 seconds and then like a week later you come back and like if you made it, yeah. And so I got through the first round, and then like the second round, I was like, oh, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like,
man, I've never heard of a show like that.
It was really fun. It was it's something that I believe it's Joe Crudo. I think that's who.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's but he put it together, and it was really fun. Everybody,
Yeah.
there were 32 comics, so it was
You got to have a bracket, 32
Yeah.
to 16 to 8. That's fun, though.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it was a good time.
Good.
But Lynette and the person that I had to go against in the first round was Thor.
Oh, really?
So
Did you get him?
yeah.
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 And then did you go against Lynette?
No, the next person I had to go against was fucking Sherry.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah.
Who won?
Tyreek Woods. Very funny.
Yeah,
It's
good.
very funny.
Yeah, funny. It's good when funny people win the funny
Mm-hmm.
championship.
I appreciate it.
How would you know you're funny if you can't win
Yeah, if you don't win competitions.
the cup?
Yeah.
Win the funny cup.
Like,
I get it. I do competition. I don't know why I'm acting like I'm above that shit when I would do it. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't do it again because I have like fucking issues after Seattle
Seattle's
International. Yeah. I kind of talked about it a little bit, but Jess knows what's going on, and it's really like it's gonna sound really vague the way I'm saying it because some stuff I can't talk about, and some stuff I want to wait to talk about.
okay.
But my career's doing really, really well, and I'm booking lots of gigs. I'm getting all kinds of opportunities, and I'm very, very grateful.
That's good.
Yeah, but it's also like a little bit terrifying, but also
course.
cool. So,
Yeah.
I have to continue to, I've been through this before where you go from when I went from like having a job to not having a job. And then like, a couple years ago when like the social media started popping off and you go to that. And then when I got my Facebook account got hacked, I had to deal with that. And you just
Yeah.
keep rolling. And I'm just super, super grateful.
You used to be driving everywhere. Now you're flying places.
Yeah. And having to change flights so I can go into New York. And
Nice.
I'm doing a big podcast probably. Yeah.
Hey, can you say which one it is, or you're not yet?
We should wait till I have it like in stone, but it looks really good. Yeah.
Sweet.
I got to talk about it a little bit. Yeah, it's cool. I'll tell you about it once we get off. I wrote some jokes. We should do them because I got to go get the kids Dairy Queen.
Let's hear it.
I thought Brittany wanted Taco Bell. She wants Dairy Queen.
I love that.
So,
Girl after my own heart.
yeah, they want a confetti cake blizzard treat, a new mixing bowl mashup blizzard treat, and a root beer float for my son.
Yummy, yummy.
Okay, these jokes. I told Jess before the show.
Pretty proud.
I feel good
Pretty
about
proud
these
of these.
ones. I think they're okay. One of them, in fact, I'm going to post on my Facebook and my Instagram. So, all right, let's go.
Jokes.
Jokes,
man.
I think these are the best ones I've had in a while. Let's see.
Joke number 1. The one ride at Disneyland I'm too fat for is Space Mountain. Really? What the hell? Of all the rides, Space Mountain.
You know what I mean? Because what's bigger?
Yeah, in space. Jesus. Isn't that a kid's ride, though?
What?
Is it a kid's ride?
No, Space Mountain?
Yeah.
It's one of the funnest ones.
But it's not for kids?
Well, kids ride them, yeah. Brave kids.
It's big, strong kids.
Yeah, big, strong, cool kids. No, I'm just kidding. One of my sons, my youngest son, doesn't do roller coasters. My other one could give a shit, but he's a freaking maniac. He doesn't care. Whatever.
Yeah, that's like the girls.
That's a thing that I screwed up back in the day at theme parks, is trying to force my like kid to ride roller coasters. And
Yeah.
I messed that up. So,
Whoopsie.
yeah.
Joke number 2.
Joke number 2.
It's hard when you stop getting high to deal with all the feelings. The worst feeling is the feeling of not being really, really high. Amen.
Hate that.
Amen. That's literally.
That's pretty solid, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's one of the worst feelings. I hate that.
Yeah. I like that joke. This is my favorite, though.
Joke number 3. I got a chip on my shoulder, and frankly, I really like it. I wish I had a chip on my other shoulder, and I wish I had some chips in my hand. What I'm saying is that I'm fat, and I love chips.
Come on. That's the one that I'm going to post. I bet people will like it. Is it stupid, right?
Yeah.
But it's funny.
A little.
You fucking, your turn. Oh, I wasn't going to say it. What do you think I was going to say?
Yes,
I was
you
going to
almost
say it.
did.
But I didn't. And I wouldn't because I don't use that word.
Joke.
I don't use that
4.
word to talk about women.
Right.
I use that word for a bunch of other shit, though. I like how bitches come back around. I really think it has. Like, it's not a word that you use when you speak about women.
A bitch?
Yeah, but I will call a dude a bitch.
Ugh, I dealt with some bitches today.
Yeah, me too. For real. Actually, no. Today was bitchless.
Lucky. Joke number 4.
I think this is the one that's interesting, considering. Hit it.
Get out of my house. We're recording this podcast on a Friday because I'm not doing any comedy shows tonight. I feel like a real loser. Thank God Jess was available.
Let's go.
Oh, get it. I get it.
Get it?
Yeah, because I'm a loser.
All the time. Usually I am doing a show. I am not.
Yeah, because it's Friday night.
I know it's Friday night. I think what actually
losers.
I know what happened. Oh, that's so funny you said that. I'm just kidding. Comedy's a rough game, man. You don't have to go down this road.
Fuck off.
Learn from my mistakes. Be better than me.
Well, that's it.
That's it. Hey, thank you for listening to. This is a fun episode.
Yeah, we did it.
I need to get more energy like this more.
Yeah, you need the Friday night energy
Stories.
to all of them.
I'm usually pretty busy.
Yeah, I know.
But I know this is a good time for you to read.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome. Thank you for listening.
Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
listening to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jess. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Oh my.
Nah, whatever.
Yeah.
And like I put my hand in her armpit, which was so weird. I should probably get out of here. What is it?
Oh my gosh! Oh, I've got to roll shirts.
And I gotta go
Sam
work
always
out.
Sam always acts like rolling shirts.
Oh, he's from New Jersey. No, Deborah! I'm perfect.
Just the way you are.
I'm perfect. Mm-hmm. And I'm doing good at podcasting.
You're doing great at
Doing a good
podcasting.
job.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Podcasting.
What makes you like hot wieners so much?
Listen. It used to be my favorite treat